Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tony.
I'm Gary.
And in this week's episode of You Gotta Be Kidding Me, apologies all around.
I don't.
No, you never do. A Gaggle of Flies.
Sure, they're all over the place.
Yeah, it's a sequel to Lord of the Flies, I think. This is a little-known Hardy Boys book, The Sturdy Flight Attendant.
Yes. You know what? It's a very fat read.
And provocation. All on this episode of You Gotta Be Kidding Me.
That was provocative.
Warrior, come to play.
Okay, here we go.
It's You Gotta Be Kidding Me with Tony Perkins and Gary Stein. No, they're not related. They're just good friends. And now, here's Tony and Gary.
Oh, yeah. Warriors, we know you. We love you. Thank you for joining us again for a brand new episode of You Gotta Be Kidding Me. I am Tony Perkins.
I am Gary Stein, and Rob, I just want to thank you again because you just made my day, but I'm going to make yours.
You gotta relax.
That's me relaxed.
Oh, wow.
No. What do you expect? What do you want from me?
It is good to see you once again. You have the most varied backgrounds. I feel like I need to do something different because I've had the same background every show. Mm-hmm. I believe this is a new background for you that we have not seen before.
Yeah.
I know you came back from where, Nova Scotia. Is that
where you were going to say? Where were you? Like you don't know.
I know it's Nova Scotia, but you're back in Jersey now.
I am, and I'm actually not at home. I'm at my wife's recording studio in West Orange, where Sarah makes all of her magic.
Wow.
You know, she not only does the voiceovers here, but sometimes she actually records the vocals for an album that might be put together in Chicago. It's really amazing.
Wow.
She uses this microphone.
Okay.
So wait till you hear me sing.
Oh,
because
boy.
Obviously this microphone is magic. So during the show, I'm going to weave in some of Sarah's top songs.
Now, thank you. That is the correct answer.
What?
I don't think I've ever heard you sing. Can you sing at all?
You know what? This is the only thing that stopped me from doing what I really wanted to do in life.
Which is?
I wanted to be a Broadway comedy star.
And
all of it was planned. The only thing is, I didn't know that you have to be able to sing.
Yeah.
And I can't sing at all. No, look, I'm not tone deaf. I hear that the notes are coming out wrong.
Yeah.
I know that this is what Sarah gets me on all the time. As I try to sing a song a little bit, she's the only person I would sing in front of, I wind up switching keys. And she goes, Gary, you just switch keys.
Me too. I'm terrible.
It's just, but
I'm
you
worse.
keep trying to perform with singing and playing
because I wish
an
I
instrument.
could sing.
Yeah.
And so I can, like if I'm just going about my business and I like in the car.
Wait, the
like
bathroom?
A lot of us,
in the bathroom?
No, I don't sing in the bathroom.
Because that's not attractive at all.
Great acoustics.
It is good acoustics. That's
yeah.
right. But I had to be me. No, I've got to be me. Is that what it is?
Yes.
But if I can sing like a cappella, well, I can't. I'm not a good singer. But like in the car, I can sing. But as soon as I'm like, we've been in situations where we've been in a recording studio or singing along with someone else, and then I'm just terrible. I don't know what any key is. So
can I just ask you this?
Yes.
What made you, at one of the Friday concerts in Bryant Park, decide to get up and sing at a microphone with Ringo? What drove you to think that was appropriate, even though it was great, it was fun, but I couldn't do it because I know I'm bad. If you know you're bad, how did you sing with a Beatle?
Well, because it was a Beatle, it was Ringo, and I had sung with him a little bit before, you'll recall, in the studio at a rehearsal, I think I Want to Be Your Man. Mm-hmm. And, it's customary that when he does With a Little Help from My Friends, people get up on stage. Well, I was the only celebrity who was out there with him at the moment, although I guess Charlie and Diane were nearby.
Yeah.
But I got up and sang with him. But here's what I love. Afterwards, Bob McKinnon, who was directing the show that morning,
Yep.
when we got back to the studio, I said, "Oh my God, I hope I didn't blow your ears out." He said, "No, you sounded pretty good." I said, "I'm sure that's not true." He said, "Tony, you sounded pretty good," because he was
Yeah.
able to isolate and everything.
But
So
can I
that's
tell
pretty
you
cool.
why he was able to say that?
Why?
He's not the audio guy. He's only the
true.
director.
That is
If you had asked Paul Glazer, who was the audio guy, I think he left. So
He retired that day.
that day he walked out. He said, "If that guy's going to sing on television, I could work anywhere." So
Now, I'm not a mixer. I don't want
Yes.
to cause trouble.
Oh, you're a mixer.
But
Yeah.
I'm a king mixer.
Yeah, a
But
king mixer.
Gary, are you really going to let him get away with when I'm in the car, I sing and I'm pretty good? Because he's by himself in the car.
no, listen. I think that in one area of his life, it's important for him to just think that he's really good at that.
Okay, so you let it, you purposely let that go.
I let it slide because he's my best friend.
I
He's-
understand.
He's allowed to be wrong.
Okay.
I so wish I could sing. I
Me
really
too.
do. And if there's anything else I could have done in life, I would love to have been like a successful rock star. Who wouldn't want to be a successful rock star? But I would love to have been a musician.
Yeah, me too.
I've written songs, but they're just sitting there. What do I do with them?
Well, you sold a song to Otis Redding. He did Sitting on the Dock of the Bay
No. See, do you know why you're saying that? Do you even remember why you're saying that?
because we talked about Otis Redding on the last show.
Yeah. Oh, and I told you that. Yeah, I think I told you that my wife, when we first started dating, one day she said to me, "Well, I've written some songs." I said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, would you have written anything that I know?" She said, "I wrote Sitting on the Dock of the Bay."
Yes, yes.
Forgive me if I said that in the last episode.
It's
All right.
okay. They're not listening.
Well, hopefully they are listening. Oh, speaking of that, they
Yeah.
are listening. We have new listeners now every week, and I just want to welcome you to the club. Thank you. Please tell more friends, bring more friends with you, because we're trying to grow this thing. We want it to be a big success so we can make a lot of money.
Go,
and
Tony.
Then stop
Go,
doing it. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
but
kidding.
the only thing that they should know is that this club, you called it a club, the
Yes.
club is restricted.
Oh, no, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Who's in the old-fashioned way or someone new restricted?
No, it's restricted. And apparently, no one under 30 is allowed.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
and
go
this
ahead.
is not. I do have
Oh,
something that I wanted to do right at the top.
Well, we were probably going to do the show we talked about, but we're
Right.
not. We're not doing it.
Which is worse, restrict it or segregate it? I mean, they mean essentially the same thing, but you guys, you were restricted from certain areas. We
Yeah.
were
You guys.
segregated.
That one.
Rob,
He wasn't including you.
I know. Well,
Don't
maybe he
make it
could. Like
worse.
12.5% he could. I'm one of those guys.
Yeah. You're
Oh, you
proud
are,
of, but
that's
you're
right.
proud like the rest of us. You're proud of that 12.5%.
Yeah, I love it. I only light one candle at Hanukkah, but I love it.
Exactly. And you're only partially restricted.
That's right.
Partially restricted,
That's right.
partially abused.
I
Most-
can eat the tiniest pork chop.
right?
Just
Most
little.
of you can get into a restricted club, but you can't bring your foot in. So you have to have one foot out the door.
That's right. That's
which
right.
is where that expression came from.
I think for some reason, because I'm more used to the expression, I think restricted tells me no Jews allowed. Segregated, I think applies more to you.
Yeah, oh,
I
it
don't.
does.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
you're
What,
asking
news
me.
guys?
Could you stay out of this for a second?
Right.
What are you jumping in for? You know, we're doing okay, right? I don't think anybody who's watching or listening left. So, because we're
Right.
going.
Wait till we start to fade a little. Then you
Yeah,
come in.
yeah, which hasn't happened in one
kidding.
episode yet. Come
We're
on.
kidding.
So yeah, no.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I think.
Well, so of course, restricted bothers me more because you're the one
Yeah.
who's segregated.
and segregated bothers me more. Restricted almost sounds not as harsh. It's like
It's harsh.
Can they come in? Well, no, it's restricted.
No.
it's not
we're
good, you're right.
we're splitting hairs over
Yes,
what
we
is
are.
what is
Which
a
is-
racist, anti-Semitic thing.
They're all racist.
They're not
Both
good.
Of them are racist.
They're
No,
not-
neither
no.
is good, and it's not a competition for who's been spat upon more.
Well, I've said this to you before. You've only been hated for like 300 or 400 years. We have been hated for centuries. We win.
Well,
This
three
is
or
not a
400 years is centuries. But for you, it's like
wait.
millennia.
Wait, 300 to 400 years
Yeah.
is
A century is 100 years.
No, I know, but it's not. It's not. You know,
I know.
we go
It's-
back to the
yes.
Stone Age.
Yes.
You know,
You've
they wouldn't teach us hieroglyphics because they didn't want the Jews to know it and to be able to communicate with them.
Now, see, here's a little known fact.
What?
The person who, and they stole this from you, the person who originated hieroglyphics was hieroglyphics.
Yeah,
And they stole
yes.
it from him.
Yeah,
and
you're
said,
right.
That's enough.
You're right. What they did actually was they circumcised him, and then they killed him. And I thought, why did you do one? And then, you know, it doesn't make sense. If you were going to circumcise him, it would be because that's what he needed because he was Jewish. And who was the Moyle? Was it just a caveman? I mean,
Just a caveman, I guess. Yeah.
this is
Oh, my
really
goodness.
a strange little show we're
And
doing
again,
right
so
now.
this is picking up from where we left off last week. So let me go to, there's something that I wanted to do right out of the gate. And here's a clue. You can see I've called myself Tony the Joke Butcher.
Yeah. Does that apply universally? Or
Well, you know, both you and I say the same thing. We're not necessarily good joke tellers. You're funny. I'm funny. You're a comedy writer. I was a comedian. So we're funny. But neither of us tell jokes very much.
No, we don't.
Last week, I told you guys about one of my favorite Richard Pryor jokes.
Yeah.
About and it's deep too. And I said it was two guys at a urinal, comparing. That is completely wrong. After the show, I thought to myself, that's not right. How did it go? And I went back and pulled up an old Richard Pryor routine. The routine, which is much funnier, and I feel so bad. It's Richard Pryor doing his character Mudbone, which is a great character. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. And it's on one of his albums, and he's talking about two guys walking across the Golden Gate Bridge. That makes it much funnier. Not a urinal. And they both have to take a piss.
Yeah.
And the one guy goes first and says, "Boy, this water's cold." And the other guy says, "Yeah, and it's deep too."
You know,
That's the joke.
Oh my God. You know, I didn't know why I was so disturbed when the show was over last week. And now you've actually, so I had a really bad week, the whole week. And I knew it had something to do with our show, but I wasn't sure what. And now you just nailed it.
But it's so funny because I love the show, but you know how, and so what it said to me was, sometimes I'm not good. I think I'm quick, but sometimes in the moment, I don't remember something the right way. And that's a classic that I should have remembered. So my apologies to Richard Pryor. I'm shocked no one wrote and said, hey, you butchered that joke, but that's the actual joke.
Don't take that as a reason for why you're not quick. You're very quick, and you always told me that when the cops were after you, nobody ran faster. That you were you could leave a neighborhood or a convenience store faster than anybody. What? I know you took some things you didn't need.
No, I never did that.
Rhonda told me you did. Yeah,
I never did that. A lot of people have done that. I never did that. Did you ever shoplift?
Okay, wait. So here's what I did. When I was about like 8 or 9 years old, me and my friends all rode to the 5 and 10, which they don't have anymore.
Right.
And a very nice man owned the 5 and 10. But everybody was encouraging everybody to take one thing.
Yeah.
And I had never done that before. So I went into the 5 and 10, and I went over to like the 10-cent party poppers. And I palmed one, and I put it in my pocket, and as I left, he saw me do it.
Oh.
I realized that my pickpocketing career began and ended that minute. And I was so convinced, because this, it was a small, area. Everybody knew each other, right?
Yeah.
So I rode my bike home faster than the Wicked Witch, than Margaret Hamilton rode. And I went right in the house and I told my parents I stole the party popper.
Oh.
Because I thought I'm going to wind up going to jail.
It was July 18th, 1957.
So I told my parents I just stole a party popper from Mr. What's-His-Name's store.
Right.
And they said, "Wow, all right." you got to go back and you got to,
Yeah.
you know.
Of course.
I said, well, I can't go back yet. I mean, because I don't think I'd be very well received. And they said, if you bring the dime, you'll be well received.
Yeah.
So I rode my bike back and I gave him a dime and I said, I was so busy with my friends and their bikes, I forgot to pay for it. So I didn't even really own up.
You didn't cop to stealing it.
No, I said, I owe you the dime and I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And I think he tried to hit me.
Well,
Sure.
I do remember because I remember reading about this in your memoir. Right after that, he said, you know what? This store from now on, restricted.
Yes, right. It was already segregated.
Right. Touche. Very good. I've been segregated. Now I'm restricted, too.
Exactly. So we moved. You know, we moved.
You had to go away. Yes.
Yeah.
See, when you were telling the story, I thought you were going to say I took a party popper and put it in my pocket and it went off.
So are you surprised that I stole something?
A little bit, yeah, but it was kind of I never did it, and I'm not saying you're worse than me because you stole something from a five and dime where they're not making much profit anyway. Everything's a nickel or a dime. But
Isn't that beside the point, Tony?
But I mean, I think it's a rite of passage. A lot of kids do that, you know.
Yeah.
And it's usually something minuscule like that.
Right.
So I'm you know, it's fine.
I'm planning on robbing a bank, and I thought maybe because of my age, they won't make me go to jail for that long.
If you do it, let me just say, maybe you don't want to have a bike as a getaway vehicle.
Well, the gas-powered mopeds up in Nova Scotia would work very well.
You have an observation that you said you wanted to make?
Yeah, so you know what I discovered something, you know, and I love when something brand new happens that I discover. So, you know, in Nova Scotia, I was there for the last 5 weeks, right? I got home yesterday, which I'll tell you about later, and there's a lot of bugs in the summer, and we live near the water, so a lot of mosquitoes, but mostly I noticed just one at a time a fly would get into the house. And really annoying, you know, and I'm sorry for, you know, I love animals. I don't think of flies as they're not even alive. To me, I don't know why, if there's a God, I don't know why he decided insects. Right. I really don't.
Yeah, me too.
There's no value. There's no, what do they give?
They do certain things.
Like what? What do they do?
Well, bees pollinate flowers.
No, that's different. That's different.
Okay. But like
what does
mosquitoes
mosquito,
spread disease. They spread disease.
Right, and
Ticks
they suck your blood.
Spread disease. Right.
If you want somebody to suck your blood, get married. I mean, it's you know, it's
Wow.
What? You get a wife, you'll lose everything. You know?
Okay.
No, that didn't happen to me though. It's what I've heard.
Right.
So anyway,
right.
so I'm killing these flies, and I've discovered that even without having a fly swatter, just having like a book. And I move in really close and slow and really slow and really slow. And then I try to pick up the fastest racquetball speed I ever had. And my success for killing them is very high. But that's not my observation.
No,
my observation is more, it's a little racist. And you could call me on it, you know.
Okay.
I'm absolutely convinced all flies look alike, you know. They look alike. That's what I discovered that, and I discovered a little more. But they all look alike, and the only ones that are different are like the green ones. And I don't know why he made green ones, but the black ones, not only do they all look alike, but I absolutely know that they can't tell each other apart. You have never
How do you
seen.
know that?
I'll tell you how I know, because you can see like a little gaggle of flies sometimes, right?
A gaggle of flies.
And if you listen closely, you will never hear one fly say to the group, "They got Johnny." They got Johnny. And like, cause Johnny's the fastest of all the flies in the neighborhood. They got Johnny. They got him. They got him. Yeah. But didn't they know that Johnny was a special fly? No, because they all look alike.
Right.
To each other.
What you hear them say?
They don't. So we have a picture from the movie The Fly, No,
the
this is-
original.
No, because Vincent Price.
Yeah, yeah.
And David Hedison was in that movie.
You know
and
who's playing the Fly?
And that was David Hedison. But Rob, I know that you know that when he made the movie The Fly, the original one, he was still going by the name Al Hedison, not David. This is true.
I did not know that.
If
That's
you look at-
I always know him as David.
If you look at the credits for the movie The Fly,
Yeah.
he's listed as Al Hedison. But I don't think he could have told himself apart from any of his fly relatives.
I know. Well, the
They're
only
a
thing about
disgrace.
this fly is wearing a suit.
Well, they're at a nightclub. You can't tell. They're dancing.
You know-
because I'll be the one who says it.
I don't
Vincent
know
Price is sort of a fancy lad.
Where did you... Well, where did you get this picture? Because the Fly was not dressed in a suit during this movie at all.
This is from a family album.
This was
Vincent
right.
Price's family.
This was at the Oscars.
Yes. Yes. When the original Fly was nominated.
Right,
The
that's right,
Fly
that's right.
went, So anyway, that was my observation, is that not only do they look alike to all of us, they look alike to each other.
I have no objection to that, except that I would be willing to bet. We can't tell them apart at all, but I'll
Right.
bet to flies there's something a little different, because like even there's got to be something different. One has an extra thing sticking out or something. I don't know.
You ever see two flies hang out together? They fly individually waiting to get killed. And they're never together like, oh, that's my cousin. And so they hang together, they talk about the family, and they fly. No, you
know
don't
what?
see a gaggle of flies. I was only joking about that because you don't see that ever. They're never together.
Right. Well, unless there's like an old piece of fish sitting out, then they're all over it.
All right, that's at your house. That's at your house. But listen, the only place that they hang out together is on flypaper.
Fly paper. Is there fly paper anymore?
I don't know.
Fly paper.
Oh, stop it. I don't know.
So here's what happens.
Yeah.
You said you never hear flies. They never go back to the Gaggle and say they got Johnny.
They got Johnny.
You're right, because he goes back. He says they just got one of us, and the others are like, which one? And he says, I don't know.
Exactly.
One of
How
us.
would I know?
Right.
This just in from our hardworking You Gotta Be Kidding Me news department.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
not
good.
a gaggle of flies. It is a business of flies.
Is it really?
That's what you call them. Yes,
A
a
bus-
business of flies.
Then why
Now
don't they
that-
mind their own business and leave us alone?
That deserves a modicum of respect, I think. A business of flies?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right at all.
That was to try to give them purpose, and there
it
is
explains
no
the
purpose.
coat and tie in the other picture.
He was going off to a meeting.
Rob, bring yourself up so we can see you, please.
Hi, fellers.
Hello
Hi.
there, sir.
How
You're
are
very-
you?
very
I'm great.
funny.
How have you been?
Very good.
As if we didn't know.
Right.
We've already been through all of this.
No,
Yes.
It's
So-
making believe for show business.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
I
Look,
had
we're
my-
a business of podcasting.
That's right.
That's right. The business of flies. I had my apology about the Richard Pryor joke. Gary had his observation about flies. I understand that you want to apologize for something.
I do.
Okay. What is that?
No one, this is the kind of thing that I don't think many people would care about, but it really weighed heavy on me.
Okay.
Because now, yesterday and today, our theater's been jammed with newspapermen and hundreds of photographers
what it is.
from all over the nation. Last week, I said that Soupy Sales
Yeah.
was on the first episode of Ed Sullivan with the Beatles,
You did.
February 9th.
Okay. Can
You
I say
did.
something?
Yes.
Gary, what do you always say about me? I'm very nice, right? Right?
To you, yeah.
To me, you say.
I
it.
say
yeah,
that's
you
to
don't say
you.
it to the public.
I don't say it to Sarah.
You were incorrect. Is that what you're
I
about
was.
to say? Yeah.
And you know what? That's the kind of thing that weighs heavy on me. It was their fourth appearance, September of 1965,
Yeah.
that had Soupy. Now, I don't feel 100% rotten because, he was there, but I just got the date wrong. People should know that on the first episode, the comedy stylings of Fred Capps and I believe Tessie O'Shea were there.
Oh,
Yes. Tessie O'Shea
wow.
was there. Yeah.
And Frank Gorshin, who
Frank
actually
Gorshin, right.
was on the first episode. And then two of their shows had, of course, Alan and Rossi. Both great.
Yes.
But anyway, I would like to apologize. I don't like to spread misinformation about music.
That's okay.
And
No,
that was a misstep.
When
so
you
my
said it,
apologies.
when you said it, I had to think for a second. Soupy Sales first show, because I can picture the marquee, and he wasn't on, but I didn't want to correct you.
No,
You should have.
no.
You should have.
Yeah.
No, you know what though? I think it's a really good idea that you want to apologize. Go ahead.
Okay, for that, I am. How shall I put this? I'm sorry.
Really?
There you go.
Can I say one thing though? Here's what's
Please.
amazing about the first when the Beatles were first on the Ed Sullivan Show. The Beatles are on. Frank Gorshin, who later played the Riddler on Batman, another sensation of the '60s, and Davy Jones was in
true.
the cast of Oliver. They performed on the show. Davy, of course, a couple of years later became one of the Monkees.
Yes.
So that episode is chock full of cultural touchstones and pop culture touchstones.
One would think that, in retrospect, the coolest thing about that episode would be seeing a young David Jones, and it doesn't matter,
Right,
Because
right.
it was the Beatles'
Right,
debut. But anyway, get it right, Rob.
No,
What an idiot.
Rob,
That's
can I
what
just
it
say one thing?
Please.
I think it's a great idea that you want to apologize. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
He
I
just
guess.
He just likes
You know
to
what,
apologize.
Gary? I'm sorry to you.
Why?
Because you don't care about this at all, and now we're talking about it.
Hey, listen, I care
No.
more about it than Alan Hiddleston, whoever was the Fly, or whatever the guy's name was.
Hedison.
Hedison.
David Hedison.
Okay,
That's right. He
nobody
invented
knows
the
it.
light bulb, didn't he?
No one knows who that
He
is.
had a career. He
was
listen,
a good guy.
He put up a picture from The Fly. I knew that was David Hedison. I'm giving him some respect.
Give me one other
Exactly.
movie that he was in.
Right.
Now's where Gary apologizes.
No, right. You said he had a career.
But I'm not apologizing. So
No.
David Hedison was in Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. He was in
Oh,
that. Yeah.
okay.
Ooh, nailed
that TV
it.
show.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Was that an Irwin Allen show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it was.
Okay, I like that show.
Rob,
Okay.
did you want to apologize for what
I
happened?
do. I want to apologize for Irwin Allen.
No.
So many disaster movies.
He was great back in the day. Now, if you go back and look at those movies, the special effects are horrible. But back in the day, he was the disaster movie king.
He was. He
And he
was.
did also Space 1999, right?
I don't remember that one.
I think
It
he
was
did
in-
Space 1998.
Well, it was marked down from $20. I know that.
That's right.
That's you can't set yourself
How
up
much
for
is
a joke.
space?
That's not
1999.
1999.
Is anybody else enjoying this as much as we are?
You know what?
I
Let's
gotta
move
hit
on.
record.
Let's
I do. Thank you, fellas. And again,
Thank
Gary,
you
please
very
know
much.
I'm sorry.
Although, Rob, you're going to be, you can go, but you're going to be a part of this next thing too. Gary.
Alrighty.
I had a couple of people ask me last week on last week's show, and I meant to bring this up and ask you, but we just got, just like today, gangbusters right away. You were wearing a hat.
Mm-hmm.
And you've never worn a hat on the show before. I believe
No.
Rob has a pic. There you go. In the hat last week.
Yes.
What was the deal with the hat?
No pants.
So if you're not wearing pants, you got to wear a hat.
No, I just thought something needed to be covered. I mean, this was the part they could see. No, you know what? There was a little water issue that we won't get into. Couldn't take a shower right before the show, and I decided, I've told you before, I can't do my hair without showering because
Yeah.
it just won't cooperate.
Believe it
So
or
I
not.
wore a hat, and you never mentioned it all through the show.
I was going to, and then we just got, waylaid by.
See, this is when I don't know for a very short time to make extra money. I worked for Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Rob is now showing a picture of Gary in a top hat. Very well done, by the way. It looks really.
Oh my God!
And now in a wizard's cap.
So I was on tour as the Wicked Witch in the Wizard of Oz, in just a stock company, and this was a picture from the show. So
That was Gary. That was when you were in the movie Harry Potter and the Goblet of Old References, I believe.
nicely done. Nicely done, Tony Perkins.
Oh boy. Okay.
Are you getting me a lot on this show? Because I told you before the show I was feeling a little under it.
I think maybe
You're taking advantage of that now?
Well, maybe I sense a little weakness in you, and so I'm pouncing a little bit.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
very feral kind of thing.
Are you feral?
I'm not Will Ferrell, I can tell you that much.
Yes. Okay. So there won't be any there won't be any pouncing when we wind up getting to the boxing match. I'll tell you that.
No, there will not be.
No.
And we are going to.
We're gonna box?
We've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
But I have a strategy, so we are going to do it.
Would your strategy be not showing up?
No. I do
Okay.
have a strategy. I think I want to wait maybe one more year, and then we'll do it.
You're just waiting for my arteries to harden, So you're going to wait until I can't lift my right hand and actually
That's my
throw a punch,
strategy.
but I can kick you.
Because you're 5 years older than me.
I know. No, I'm 6 years older than you.
Six.
Yeah.
And in this corner, well, wait a minute, he's still in the corner.
He's
Come
in
on
the
out.
corner.
Gary Stein.
You can't hit him till he gets off the stool.
Gary says, don't say stool to an old person.
These are the jokes, people.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't tell a joke? You just
No, I
told
know,
one.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to do now? You said you wanted to ask me something.
I did?
Yeah. Remember? You said, Tony, I have a question to ask you. It's on the rundown.
I have a question to ask. I told you I was a little under it.
Yeah. What number 2? Item number 2, which is the only. We're up to number 2, folks. 30 minutes in. Number 2. Don't you have the rundown?
I don't use the rundown. No, but I thought you were going to start that. No, you weren't going to start it.
No, you were going to start because you should have
Tony,
come to the rehearsal.
You were going to start it, Tony.
Me?
Yeah,
It
I
was
thought
going
he
to
had
be
to-
my apology, and then you, and then Gary.
Yeah. But I thought he had to ask me the question so I could say it. Anyway, okay. We're going to do something called We Are Smooth. How's your week going?
I just thought you'd introduce it just like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah.
You're okay, I
See,
understand now.
you really are attacking. You really are.
No,
Oh no, you've discovered some weakness, and you're attacking me.
I'm not
going to
attacking.
I'm going to take my pants off.
No, don't take your pants off
All
again
right,
because
well.
then I'll have to take mine off.
Tony, how's your week been going?
How's my week been going? Funny you should ask. My week has been going okay. I did have an incident earlier in the week. This is true. It's crazy that I remember this, and you're going to make fun of me. Earlier this week, I had raisin burn.
Raisin.
Yeah, not
Raisin?
razor burn, raisin burn.
It's
I
not
like to have-
possible to get raisin burn.
No, let me tell you what happened. I like to have a little raisin bread, toasted raisin bread with butter on it in the
Yeah.
morning, sometimes for breakfast.
Uh-huh.
And so I put it in the toaster oven, take it out. One raisin falls out. I butter the bread, and I sit down, and I decide I'm going to eat this one raisin first.
Uh-huh.
I put it in my mouth. It was piping hot. Piping hot.
Who says piping anymore? It was piping hot. That goes along with flypaper. Piping hot.
Who said
You-
piping anymore?
You are so old-timey. It's disgraceful. Call Mike O'Mara and
You
tell
don't-
him that you just said that something
You don't
was
miss-
piping hot.
I barely got the words out. Who says piping
Listen.
anymore?
I can tell you that I feel a little weak today, but it ain't happening.
I don't think so,
No.
right?
Wow, it
So
was
anyway.
piping hot right out of the oven.
It was scorching hot. How about scorching hot?
A little better. A
Yeah,
little bit
yeah.
better.
So that's how my week started. I burnt my tongue on a raisin, which is
Wow.
embarrassing. Yeah,
Did
yeah.
it stick to your lip or anything, or did it?
No. It just burnt me, and I got irritated.
Okay.
Question: when you burn your lip like that on
Yeah.
a piping hot raisin, Gary, it was so hot that when it went into the toaster, it was a grape. Have you ever burned your mouth to a point where it affects you on air?
Ooh. No, because I'm not usually eating hot stuff while we're doing the show. I'm
Okay,
not
good,
snacking
good.
on,
Hot
that's true.
stuff,
yeah.
baby.
Right.
That's all the singing you get from me.
Yeah. Oh, but you did sing a little bit. It wasn't bad.
It
All right.
was perfect.
Gary, how's
Yeah.
your week going?
Oh boy,
natural.
I'm so glad you asked.
Yes.
So, it was supposed to be a simple flight home from Nova Scotia for me. Sarah's still up there.
Yeah.
I tried to get home on Friday,
Right.
which is why we are actually recording our show on Sunday because I didn't make it.
Yeah.
As we were driving to the airport, somebody sneezed in Newark because that's That's how that airport closes. It doesn't take much of anything.
Yes,
I think that a raindrop fell on the terminal and they closed the airport, but we saw it right after we left our house. And they said the flight is canceled,
Oh,
and they weren't rebooking it for the day because there was going to be some thunderstorms and stuff.
right,
And I said,
right.
I used to be the weather producer. You're only like 50% sure there's going to be bad weather, so we should take a chance. Anyway, it got canceled. So I was on the exact same flight yesterday, 2:50 p.m. We head to the airport. I know it's taking off on time. We take off, and while we're flying, they start talking about sketchy weather in Newark.
Here we
And
go.
I know what we're in for.
Oh, no.
I've only been rerouted once before in my life.
Is this from Airplane?
Airport.
Airport.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Is that Irwin Allen?
Listen,
I don't know if it is. Let me check.
Yeah,
Let me
okay.
check. Yeah.
but that was like Helen Hayes' last movie.
Was it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
So if he put Airplane on, that would be funny. But he put on Airport because he's suspecting that this is a little bit of a disaster. So we're in the air, and they say, ladies and gentlemen, we have to land in Providence, Rhode Island.
Providence. I thought you were going to say LaGuardia.
I was hoping Philadelphia because at least I'd take a train home.
Right.
But
yeah.
really, if weather is bad, I mean, and believe me, I'm going with this here.
Right.
If weather is bad, it's going to be bad in Philly too, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's what you just said. Sometimes LaGuardia and Kennedy stay open and Newark closes. So we get to what is that? It sounds like Jaws.
Jaws?
This is the overture from Airplane because it
Is it
starts with the
really?
Jaws.
Oh
gag.
yes,
Oh,
it
that's
does.
right.
Hey,
That's
but we
right.
both identified Jaws.
That's right.
That was
Pretty
good.
good.
Good job.
Yeah.
It is recognizable. So go on with your disaster.
It's you know what? It's not easy to tell a joke, as you identified. It's also not easy to tell a story as long as Rob is around, because you just
Okay, bring the music down. It's very distracting to Gary. I can do it better, but go ahead.
Rob, don't take that because I never say it's disturbing to me. I love all the things that you drop in,
Yes.
even when
I
you
just
make.
love that it doesn't distract Tony. I think that's
doesn't-
great.
Well-
One of the strengths of the show, really.
Did you want to apologize for the Ed Sullivan mistake
I
you made?
do. It turns out that Irwin Allen was not on Ed Sullivan
No,
in
he was
February
not.
of
Right.
1964.
But
so
Helen
I'm
Hayes
sorry.
was. Helen Hayes was.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, wow. You know, we should
back
be,
in
we
sync.
should be friends. We really should be friends. So where
All right,
the
so
hell
you got
am I?
rerouted to
So we
Rhode
got
Island.
right, and they said when we land, we're going to refuel, but we don't actually know if we're going to take off again. And so I was on the plane 5 hours. It's
Oh.
an hour and 20-minute flight.
Right.
But I actually have an observation I'd like to make about the
Were there
flight.
flies on the plane?
There were, yeah, us, the passengers. We were flies. So we ultimately took off. They waited for the weather to clear up in Newark, and Ben, my son, was picking me up, and he wrote, "What are you talking about? It's sunny here."
Yeah. Right.
But anyway, we got in. Now, look, I have to be very careful here because I'm always the nice one on the show. And I don't want to do anything racist or any kind of shaming of any
No,
kind.
don't,
But I have an observation that I want to make.
Okay.
In the
Be
days
careful.
when flight attendants were stewardesses,
Yes.
they
which are
all
not now.
no, they're not. They're not. Although I still love the way they serve food. So anyway, back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
stewardesses had to look like models. They had to be gorgeous,
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
slightly overweight or a little bit too old, if they were a little bit too old, they sent them to stewardess farm. And that's where all the former stewardesses would have to go. And they were
Stewardess Farm. Stewardess
Stewardess
Farm
Farm-
sounds like an AC/DC album title.
and on the farm they had a lot of problems with flies. So anyway, because there were things left by the animals and it attracted flies and everything. But so they were carted away.
Yeah.
So I don't care what anybody looks like. I really, I have no problem. I get on the plane, and the flight attendant, because that's what they are now,
Mm-hmm.
if she didn't top off a little beyond 200 pounds, I'd be lying. Now, I don't care about that. I don't care.
Clearly.
No,
You didn't even
you know
notice.
me.
Right, right.
I have a nice thing to say about everybody.
Right.
But here's what I didn't think was convenient.
Okay.
As she's walking down the aisle, she's hip checking both people on both sides of the rows in the aisle seats. She's hip checking them all the way down the aisle. And I'm thinking, that's not a good look. That's,
Right,
and some of
right.
the people are going like this. Like, so people going this way, they're sitting here. People
Right.
going this way, they're sitting on the other side. And
Yeah.
she's literally hip checking them.
Yeah.
And I thought, all right, you got a job to do, but I really think you shouldn't extend into the seats. You just shouldn't, because it's not, how are you going to push that cart down when I'm ready for coffee and a snack? So anyway, so she goes back up. She doesn't bring the snacks. The other flight attendant does. She's up there making annoying announcements.
Oh.
So I think that she has some feeling about the fact that she's hip checking everybody, because that's,
Well,
I think it
Did
put
you?
her,
This is a fair question, given who you are.
yeah.
Did you say anything to her, like, hey, what's with the hip checking?
No,
Okay.
because I thought about saying, "Hey, Tubby," but you know that I wouldn't do that, because
you would never do that.
No, because I care about everybody. I
Right,
do.
that's
I
right,
do.
that's right, that's
Do
right.
you
You're-
think that maybe she had a history with delivering the snacks and it just didn't go well?
Yes.
So they
Yes.
took away her privileges because maybe it was like a one for you, two for me.
His
type deal.
raisin story reminded me of that completely. I think that she poured hot coffee on people, and they
or
got the third degree burns.
halfway to the back of the plane, she was like, "We're out of snacks." People were like, "What? We
I don't know
saw
what
you
happened to
eating-
all-
You were.
I don't know what
eating the
happened to all
snacks."
the Stroop waffles. They're gone.
Tony, you joined in. You joined in.
We saw you.
So she goes back up to the front, and I can sort of make her out, at the front of the plane. It's not a big
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
It's a little bigger than an Embraer, but it's not a full-sized
I
plane.
don't know what that is, but okay.
All right, well, you don't travel much. So you go to the Bahamas every year, but you never go anywhere else, and that's only once a year, and that's it. So, and you don't fly for weather anymore, because I don't
No, I
either.
don't.
Okay,
No.
so she's up there.
Mm-hmm.
One woman got up when the seatbelt sign was still on.
Right. Oh,
This lady, who obviously, she's got some issues, she goes, "Excuse me, ma'am, sit down. I will let you know when it's safe to stand up."
Oh.
And I thought,
oh.
what happened to decorum? What?
Right,
You don't get
right.
to. I mean, I understand she needs to sit,
Right.
but you don't scream at her over the loudspeaker.
You
And
don't.
she did that. And
Yeah.
then she was making announcements, letting us know we're getting to Providence. Pretty soon we're going to be landing. I don't know anything about what's going to happen once we get there, so please don't ask me any questions.
No. Is this
Tony,
seriously?
Tony, you know that I'm not a good person, but I don't lie. I steal party poppers. But so she absolutely said, "Please don't ask us any questions, because we don't have any answers, so please don't bother.
Okay, that's not.
Wait till we land, and when we know something, we will tell you."
That's not good.
And
That's not good.
I really,
Here's a little known fact is that my wife, or her sister, my sister-in-law is a flight attendant, has been for
Oh.
2 different airlines for a long time.
Let me just
and-
ask a quick question. It could make this awkward.
Yeah.
Is she a little hippie?
Well, I mean, she smoked pot. No, she's actually slender and elegant. I will give her that.
So she would not be hip checking anybody
No, she
sitting
would
in
not.
the aisles.
But I do know from
Okay.
knowing her as long as I have that the flight attendant gig is really rooted in seniority.
Oh.
And if you have been at it a long time, the job stays pretty safe, and you don't have to be, the most decorum and be the most pleasant because
Wow.
you're kind of safe in there. And I think that is why we have a dearth of sturdy flight attendants nowadays.
So it's okay. You're not going to lose your job if you overeat.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
I just was wondering when that lady, though, when she got to the front of your plane, did it feel like you were landing?
No, it felt like no.
Okay. Let
it
me
felt
step
like,
in.
It felt
Let me
like
step
back
in
lifted
here.
up a little bit.
No,
but
I believe you've gotten sidetracked. The point is not the flight attendant's weight.
No.
It's that she was rude to people.
well,
Right?
part
That
of
was
it,
all
part
not
of it
part
was
of the story.
connected to weight only in that she didn't fit in the aisle.
Okay, I'm
I
trying
think,
to help you here.
Oh, I don't need help. I
Here's
think that the only requirement, obviously, besides holding some pictures and serving like really, really crappy snacks and really awful coffee, the other thing you have to do is be able to fit down the aisle.
Okay.
She didn't.
No. Okay, that's very sad. You should maybe, I don't think I would write to the airlines based on her not fitting down the aisle. Although I will say this, if it's to the point where you're hitting the customers, that's not a good thing. That's not a
No.
great thing.
No.
But you know what? It's a new world. Everything goes. But the rudeness, that's not good. That's not good.
She ripped a child's biscuit out of his hand and stuffed it in her own mouth, and the kid cried. The rest
I
of
would
the
like
flight.
to know.
The
I
rest
would
of
like
the
to
flight.
know what airline has a rude, overweight flight attendant who is taking biscuits out of children's mouths. They're serving biscuits on the plane.
No, the mother brought little chewy
okay,
biscuits for the
okay.
child to gnaw on that looks like a cigar with saliva all over it.
I
that
thought
kind
this
of thing.
story was going to be my flight was delayed. We landed at a different airport, and it went in a very
I got
different direction.
so much more.
I need a different way to tell it. I just need a different way to tell that story.
The amazing thing is that she was hip checking people that were in the middle row.
She was the middle row. There was no. It was two seats. The middle row was her walking down an aisle. That's all there was.
Here's what I do know.
What?
As you were getting off the plane, she said, "You, buddy, you're restricted." And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
And now back to You Gotta Be Kidding Me. Here's Tony and Gary.
Why, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I love that we're back. I love that
me
we're
too.
back. Do you mind if I ask Rob to come up for just a second? I would like to
don't
talk
mind
to him
at
about
all.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Spiewak.
Rob Spiewak.
Hi. Yes.
Back again for the first time. So you helped me make fun of Tony when he said that something was piping hot. Did you not?
I did.
Right. We enjoyed that, didn't we?
We had a good time.
Yeah. During the break, you were telling us a wonderful story about your wife's sister,
Yeah,
who was
sister-in-law.
a flight attendant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you told us both, this is like, I know it feels like a courtroom. I don't mean it to feel that way. I just really want to take you down.
Good.
So,
Let me take you down.
because I'm going to Strawberry Field. See, I'm singing.
He's singing again.
Right.
Yeah. that's
So,
great.
so when he was describing her, Your Honor,
Yeah.
Tony, he said that she was with child.
Rob said that?
Yeah.
Oh, I said my wife was with child when we
That
traveled.
your wife was with
Yes.
child when you
Yes.
traveled. Rob, are you aware that nobody says that anymore? That nobody is with child. You know what with child means now? It means that you're accompanying a child somewhere.
Right. That's right.
Counselor, I would like to move to present the fact that the very fact that I said it means that at least one person still says it.
That does not build your case.
All right.
Let me defer to Mr. Perkins for a second. Does the phrase "with child" seem a little old-timey to you?
It is a little old-timey, but let me say this. We
Don't
have
give him
all
a break.
sinned.
Don't give him a break. Okay,
We
go
have
ahead.
all sinned today.
Yes.
Who
We have.
among us can be the first to cast a stone or throw a stone or whatever the verse is? Yes,
Yeah.
Me?
Gary.
Oh, he can. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
you
He was
can- you
throwing
can
rocks
go
at me
I
just now.
I can. I can.
What if I went with expecting? Would that have been better?
Yeah, not much, but yeah.
Not much,
Do
no.
they still do the books, what to expect when you're expecting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm. I have them all.
Yeah. Well, we had a bunch of them. Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
still, Rob? Are you still referring to them?
All the time. I'm not going. But here's the thing: is none of them address what I'm really expecting.
Right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Still
Yeah.
waiting.
I
Yeah.
wonder if the early version of the book was what to expect when they're with child.
Yeah, it could be.
That could have been the very first one.
Right.
What
think it
to
was.
expect when you're in a family way.
In a family way.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Gary, I want to apologize.
Okay.
That's all he wanted to
Okay.
get to.
So go ahead. Can you please?
Yes, Gary,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, as long as we're referring to something that happened during the break, I have a question. And
Sure.
this isn't putting you down or anything. During the break, were you munching on a kind bar?
Yes. I needed a little pick me up.
Okay,
You
but
probably
here's my
can't
question.
tell. I needed energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, I couldn't tell that. But don't kind bars, don't most of them have nuts in them?
Oh God, I hope not.
Perfect Bill Dana punchline right there.
Wow! Wow! You just brought up Bill Dana. I love that.
Bill Dana. I actually know who Bill Dana is.
Good, good.
Yeah. But Tony, do you know what his character name was?
Was it Roger on I Dream of Jeannie?
No,
Is that
That's
Bill
Bill
Dana?
Daly.
It was
That's
Bill
Bill
Daly.
Daly.
Bill Daly. Okay, I'm sorry.
Rob.
Who's-
Rob, you know.
Yes, of course.
Go ahead.
It was Jose Jimenez,
Do you?
who was a politically incorrect character of maybe one of the greatest ones of the 60s, who was a Mexican that found himself in all sorts of wacky situations. But the joke I was referring to is I believe it was on Sullivan when he comes out and he was in an astronaut outfit. And Sullivan said, "Is that a crash helmet?" He said, "Oh God, I hope not."
So Bill
yes.
Dana was playing a Mexican?
Yeah, he was.
Okay,
yeah.
this is really old time.
Yeah, it's like as if he played Topo Gigio, but he
Right.
didn't. That wasn't
Yeah.
him.
My name, Jose Jimenez. This counted as comedy back then.
Mr. Eddie.
Right, yes. Oh, I love Topo Gigio.
Yeah,
when I
me
was a
too.
kid, oh, he was so cute. I
And
loved him.
now,
For those who
Topo
don't know.
Gigio.
Yeah, he was a little mouse, a little mouse puppet that Ed would talk to at the
Yeah.
end of the show.
Yes.
Anyway.
Wait, no, so you asked me about nuts.
Yes.
It had almonds in it.
And you're
and-
eating it?
I'm able to eat almonds. It's
Are
the
you
only it's the
really?
only nut I can eat. I can't have peanuts or
How
pistachios.
did you
or-
find this out? I mean,
allergy tests. I had the shots done on my arm, and oh my God, I told him, you don't need to inject the peanut one. He did anyway. It's like there was a baseball under my arm.
Oh, my
And it
goodness.
itched so badly. But
so they don't, didn't they
skin
used
tests,
to
skin tests.
skin test?
Under the
and they don't
skin.
rub the nuts on your skin?
Now, are you being provocative? Do you really want me to answer that? Because I know you. You won't say it, but you'll get me to, and I will. I will. They don't rub the nuts on your skin unless they're buying dinner. You know, you just cracked yourself up.
Yes, I do. Yes. But I love you. Are you
Why?
being provocative? Just to
Yeah, and the answer is yes. I know you.
you're right.
You
That's
don't
the whole
really
reason I
care.
wanted to ask you about
Yeah,
the kind bar.
You don't care.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, that was very
You know
funny,
what?
Mr. Perkins. That was very funny.
I pray to God that someone else is enjoying this, or is it just the three of us?
Oh boy, I hope there's more. I hope.
I would like to take a quick moment to do something serious. You remember many episodes ago, we did a public service announcement for an auction. It was for, what was the name of it? Nathan's Cancer Slayer auction. This was being put on by a woman who unfortunately lost her son to cancer. They were raising money for cancer research and all of that. We advertised it on our show. They did very well. They raised over $80,000 with this auction. I want to say congratulations to them.
That's amazing.
Among the items put up for bid was a tour of NBC4, which I did along with our vice president of news. The people, thank you very much. The people who came in, wonderful. Allison, her friend Kristen, and Allison's young daughters, Audrey and Sarah, who were so funny and so much fun. So thank you to Allison for being the winning bidder and taking part in this auction, and congratulations to Nathan's Cancer Slayer. those folks for raising over $80,000. So there you go. Yep, just wanted to do that.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. We're going to do some new music. Here's the twist. I'm not bringing it. Gary's bringing it.
Rob? Oh, it's me.
Yes, it's you.
Okay. Listen, I got to tell you something. I'm very excited about this.
Okay.
And I said to you, I have some new music I could bring. Do you think I should? You went, oh, I really want you to. And I thought that was great. That was very nice of you.
Of course.
Because you're not
Shouldn't just be me.
No, it
And you
shouldn't.
listen to music, you know.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a little staid in my music, but and this is like a bridging the gap kind of moment, okay? So let me describe first a little bit. I hope you've never heard of him.
Okay.
His name is Aaron, A-R-O-N. Aaron.
A-R-O-N? No.
And he's Aaron with an apostrophe.
Okay.
I'm also going to try desperately to tell you his last name, okay?
Okay.
I had to spell it phonetically. He goes by Aaron, and I'm sure he goes by Aaron because his last name is Stornayuolo. Stornayuolo. That's his last name.
Is he from Hawaii or something, or?
I've never seen him with a lay. So I don't really know.
Provocative. Come on, guys.
I don't really know. Anyway.
Rob's trying to rein us in. Come on, we're trying to keep this a certain
Exactly.
level here.
It's too late, Rob. It's way too late. So
I knew this weeks ago.
So I stumbled on Aaron
Okay.
on Facebook. On a reel showed up, right?
Okay.
And then I had to look up, like, he got me.
Wow.
He's 23 years old,
Wow.
and he is a crooner, and he loves all the old songs of Sinatra. I'll tell you who he's like, and I'm setting it up like this on purpose.
Okay.
Do you know Chet Baker?
Yeah. The old, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So Chet Baker was known for being incredibly mellow.
Yes, that's absolutely.
And so Aaron is like, I think if everything is like this, it's too much. It's too mellow. And not only is he doing all of these old songs, he's writing all his own material. And I will show you something about a new EP he put out. You're going to see this kid. He's been picked up by Verve.
Oh my goodness.
He's signed to
great.
Verve. This EP came out on Verve. And this is one of the first things I saw of him. All of his videos look like this. You're just too marvelous for words, but glorious, glamorous, and that old standby amorous. It's all too wonderful. I'll never find the words that say enough, tell enough. I mean, they just aren't swell enough. You're much too much, and just too very, very to ever be in Webster's dictionary. And so I'm borrowing a love song from the birds to tell you that you're marvelous, too marvelous for words.
That is great,
All right.
Gary Stein.
All right.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Apostrophe R-O-N. Now listen, if you
It's
saw
Aaron
him on
apostrophe.
the street, okay. If you saw him on the street and he took out a guitar, you would not think that's what you were about to hear.
No way.
This kid, I mean, is he 23? He looks like he's about
23 years old. He's always in like the strap t-shirts, and there's
Right.
something so cool about him.
Oh, I love
He does some
this.
duets with some gorgeous young girls, and so I looked him up. This EP is called Cozy You and Other Nice Songs, and he wrote all the songs on the album.
Oh my good. So like in the old style?
Yes, it's all like this. It's all got that feel, and he's got a really, really nice voice. He wants to bring jazz forward to younger people. Sarah wanted to do that forever, and she
Yes.
loves the fact that I introduced her to Aaron. showed you and Sarah and Rob somebody maybe you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
And he's all over Facebook and he's all over YouTube.
Oh.
And I just think he's going to have a big career, you know?
So I'm going to look him up. I love that. And dare I say, maybe we get him on the show.
I would love to. This is the album cover for
Look at this.
his new album, Cozy You and Other Nice Songs, on Verve Records, the home of Ella Fitzgerald in her day and all these
Count
great
Basie and-
Basie,
yes.
yeah, all these great people. And he's
So those
been
of you
signed by them.
listening, you'll have to take a look. Either pull him up online, look at him, or watch our show on YouTube. I mean, he looks like John Mayer or somebody. Like,
yeah,
you know,
younger than John Mayer.
Younger than John Mayer.
What I appreciate about it is how often anymore do you hear anyone playing a lead guitar that has no distortion on it? That
about
is
that?
just as pure as it
Right?
gets.
Yep.
Right?
And that speaks to the musician right there. I love it.
And guys, he plays like 5 instruments.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen him play the piano. I've seen him play something else. He's just one of those, I think, musical geniuses. Although he's classically trained, he went to school, and you know, it's just great.
So here's what I love about this, because you're bringing new music, but it's got the old twist to it.
For me,
And it's this young man. This is what I love about music. Music can, and this is cliche, but you, Rob, and I, a whole bunch of us, I know that we could sit around all night long talking about music, playing things for each other, different genres and all that kind of stuff. It brings you together. There's so much good music out there, whether it's rock and roll or hip hop, country, or something like this. I just love it. And the fact that there's this young kid who has tapped into that old vein enough that he's playing like the jazz guitar kind of thing and singing these old crooner songs and then writing like that. That's fantastic.
It
I
is.
love that.
And I read
love that.
something that, like, some of his friends who hang out with him and follow him, they originally thought that Aaron came up with a genre, like a kind of music, you know, and he said, no, I was sold when I heard, you know, Sinatra and all that. And he was a kid. He started singing at like 8, you know, and playing.
Rob,
Didn't he tell his friends that he wrote "Sitting on the Dock of the Bay"?
He did, and he sold it to Rhonda, and then Rhonda sold it to Otis Redding.
It is amazing if you look at the credits, the writer's credits, no one ever has noticed this, but the writer's credits for that song, Otis Redding, Rhonda Perkins, and Aaron.
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But they
Can we
meant
see
Aaron
his-
Carter, I think. I don't think that they meant this guy.
You know Aaron Carter.
Sure.
Can we see the EP cover again, please?
Sure.
I like that. Cozy You. Oh. It's not an apostrophe. It's an exclamation point. You said it's an
that's what I
apostrophe.
meant. I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
meant exclamation point. yeah.
ARON exclamation point. Well,
Do you want to tell us you're sorry, Gary?
yeah.
No, I got to. Can I tell you why?
Yes, please.
For a very good reason. I'm not. I'm not.
Wow.
And you could have said the same thing if it was true for you. But when you make a mistake, you are sorry, Tony. You are too.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
You know what I'm sorry?
What?
That we're out of time. I'm sorry about that. But this has been another insane show. I love you guys so much. I really, really do.
Love
This
you.
is a lot of fun.
Love you.
Love Aaron. Got to check him out. ARON exclamation point. Check him out online. And I think we should try to get him on the show. I would love to hear
I
his
will do
story,
that. I will
how
do
this
that.
came to be.
I'll
Right.
reach out.
Warriors, thank you so much. And again, as I said, we love the fact, we're posting these little videos on Instagram, TikTok. People are watching them, sharing them, and then following the show. That is great. Please keep that up. Tell your friends. and
Sharing
all that
is
kind
so
of stuff.
huge, and I don't know that people realize how important it is.
It
But
is.
if you see something that you think is funny, share it.
Yep.
Because that's the way it redoubles in its importance, and it's the eyes see it, and it's
Yep.
great. So if you share, you really help us out.
That's
Yes,
right.
you do.
That's
Yes,
right.
you do. We love that. Rob Spiewak, as always, thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate
Love you both.
We love
Love
you
you
too.
Gary Stein, this
sir.
has been fun. I'll be nicer to you next week. Although I think
Oh,
we're supposed to
don't,
do this week.
don't. Listen, you'll get a headache. Don't even try.
And thank you all for listening and watching. We will see you for the next episode of You Gotta Be Kidding.
And we love you guys.
Yes, we do.
Thank you for listening to another episode of You Gotta Be Kidding Me. Make sure you continue your visit on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And follow us on YouTube. This is Donnie Simpson speaking for You Gotta Be Kidding Me, a production of the Podcaster's Warehouse. And yes, I endorse this podcast. What? You gotta be kidding me.